Hello everyone, so just wanted to show you this real quick before we delve into BlizzCon. People are cosplaying as as Winnie the Pooh, so that's gonna be interesting to look forward to. We got this guy right here. I think it's the same guy. So yeah, we're seeing flags pop up and stuff. So you know, it's gonna be an interesting BlizzCon. A lot of shirts, a lot of people are actually like protesting. So I don't know, just figured I'd show you guys that before we oh my god. What is this? Oh my god. Okay. All right. Well, so this is one side of BlizzCon, and then the other one is, of course, the presentation proper. It'll be interesting to see if they present enough stuff that people will be able to overlook their transgressions, or if the Blitzchung stuff's gonna haunt them throughout this whole event. But welcome everyone, thank you for tuning in. Just FYI, I am on very little sleep right now, so I might slur my words. I might just, but hopefully this will be entertaining enough that it'll keep me awake for an hour or so longer. I hope this is like an hour and a half. But yeah, lots of people saying hi. Thank you for just being here with me. I always love doing these live streams with you guys. Just hanging out, chatting. Hanging out with the community, Don't get to do that as often as I'd like to. Let me guess. Death Stranding, says Zarvis90? Yeah. Indeed. Death Stranding review. Man, that was a doozy to make. But I think that I really like how the review turned out. The intro transition I was kind of proud of, not gonna lie. But yeah, no, I mean, everything I thought about the game is all in the review. What else? And I also stayed up because I wanted to see what other people had to say, and I feel like generally the game's leaning more towards the positive side in terms of reception. It's like an 84 on Metacritic right now. And a lot of that has to do with a lot of hundreds, and then like a lot of like lower scores like 70s and 30s and whatnot. But a lot of it is pretty positive, but there are some polarizing elements. So yeah, that's the crowd. Some people in the super chat already. Asthma Hound, much love for the years of gaming, Yong. Can't wait to see what goes down. Me neither. Maybe it'll just be like an average, regular old BlizzCon thing, or nothing's gonna happen. We're just gonna see announcements and things will go smoothly. That's a possibility. I don't know. I'm here to just see what they reveal, and whatever happens, happens. Big Tanker, thanks for the great Death Stranding review. It convinced me. Tiny at day one. I'm assuming that's like a typo. Yeah, I'd give it a chance. It's not for everyone, but I really loved it, and so did a lot of people. There's just something really fascinating about some of the things it does. What's going on here?
Are you ready?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright, let's turn that down. Noel Garibay says, hey Young, have you received any voice acting opportunities? I have. There's some indie stuff that I'm working on, and then I'm working on a cover letter for applying to agency so I can start getting bigger auditions. So yeah, things are moving along, but October's just been really busy. I haven't been able to make as much progress, but now that the review is out, the Death Stranding review, I can actually, you know, have a life again. Brendan Barr, your Death Stranding review was really enjoyable. Can't wait to play it myself. Cheers from Canada. Cheers to you, Brendan. Thank you for the kind words. For people wondering where the audio is, I have it muted because the event hasn't started, and it's just like a lot of the usual hype talk. Altimore 1183. Congrats, Yong. How does it feel to be banned by the great state of China? What? You know, hell China, right? That's what I'm supposed to say to keep this stream alive. Let's see. Danny says, I don't care what goes on here, but I just want to say I'm happy to be a daily viewer. Ah, that's so nice. Thanks, Danny. I'm happy to have you as a viewer, as a fan. Just means a lot, the kind words. Oh my god. 1337 Studio says 69 bucks says Blizzard throws another out of season April Fool's joke. Oh wait. And donated $69.69. Well played to you, sir. Let's see, we got 5 more minutes left, so we'll delve into this thing soon. But I don't know, I just don't feel like they're going to say anything super important, so I can just kind of chill and talk for a bit until we delve into this event. Oceanair39 says, watch there be a Diablo Immortal 2 announcement this year. The first one isn't even out yet, is it? I think we're going to hear about Diablo Immortal. We're going to hear about Overwatch 2, Diablo 4, Diablo Immortal, a World of Warcraft thing. I believe those are the big ones. But Diablo 4 and Overwatch 2 are going to be the highlights. It'll be interesting to see. I'm curious about Diablo 4. We'll see if that, you know, turns out to be any good. We all know how Diablo 3 started out. It did get better eventually, but you know, with Activision sort of running the show when it comes to Blizzard, I'm worried about their projects. Bushido Viking says, hey, Yong, I just wanted to say I've been following you for a few years now, and you're one of the only YouTubers I still really enjoy. Thanks for continuing to not be bought out. Cheers. Thank you, Bushido Viking. I'm glad to provide entertainment for you and hopefully informational videos. And I'm just happy to have people like you on board. Really, thank you. Let's see. 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes of playtime. That was a Spider-Man reference. 3 more minutes of this, and then we'll dive into the opening ceremony. Tiberius Monk 84. Here's some dollars to get YongYea some coffee. Great Death Stranding review. Your work on Blizzard and Bethesda was excellent. Thank you very much. I'll be sure to get that coffee at my local Starbucks. Oh my god, the chat's coming in so fast. Thrush Strange. Thanks for keeping it real, Yong. I cannot read those characters, but I hope it's something nice. Is it the Liberate Hong Kong thing? Maybe? What you wrote there? Yeah, okay. Let's see. A couple more questions. A couple more comments. Mr. Batsnacks, I woke up super early to see your Death Stranding review. Thanks again for everything, man. You're a great guy, and everything you do for the gaming community is irreplaceable. Cheers. You guys are irreplaceable. You're breathtaking. Because, you know, I couldn't do this without you guys, so it's, you know, give and take. Two-way street. But yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate all of you. Oh my god, this chat is insane. Okay. Oh my god, I'm losing track, guys. Jesus! The super chat's just scrolling like crazy. We're gonna start soon, so man, I'm sorry I can't get to everything, but I'm sure everyone said it, you know, that you guys all have a lot of nice things to say and some questions, but since this thing's coming online soon, let's turn up the volume and just see what happens.
right? Everybody at least wants to see somebody put up a threat to them.
Yeah.
3 years in a row is crazy. Going for the 4-peat, that would be insane. But we're really excited to see kind of how that shapes up. Preliminary matches started yesterday. Group stages are today, but if you want to watch it live, we're going to be in the arena all day Saturday, and it's going to be the top 6 teams.
There's a lot of Canada fans here. How do you feel like Canada's shaping up?
Canada is always looking as a contender. They're what, top 3
All
in
right.
the past 2
While they
years.
talk.
And
How's the audio, by the way?
Everybody loves
Can you
them,
hear me
so-
talk over this guy? Is the volume good?
I mean, this is a team that has the
If it's good,
Overwatch
then we
MVP
can
and
proceed.
Sinatra
If
on
I
their
need to
squad.
adjust something, let me
There's a
know
good
now.
chance that they are the guys who pull off the upset against Team South Korea.
I hope so. I think we're going to see a USA versus South Korea finals.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Ooh,
really?
South Korea. Mention of South Korea.
That's my
South
opinion.
Koreans are pretty damn good at gaming.
Another question about World Cup.
I always expect them in the
things were a
finals
little
in any
different
game,
this year.
really.
A lot of teams that came from different regions this year,
Yeah.
wasn't there? Kind of, how was that yesterday? Kind of seeing all these teams come from all
Oh my
different
God.
It
regions
was
to play?
super cool. It was something we really wanted to try different.
So much
is how do we
super
get
chat.
more people participating and being more inclusive with the Overwatch World
Spectrum
Cup.
Blast saying
Just seeing all
that
those different teams coming together and one. the
Reed's right here.
community
Just wanted to say
surrounding
I
the
love your work.
competition
I
was
watch you
awesome.
among many
But to
others for
see
gaming
all the
news.
different
Thank you so
people from
much.
different countries coming and battling it out. It was really
Audio
fun
good,
to kinda
okay.
see who
Thank you,
played well
chat,
against
for
who.
letting me know.
There's some teams that have never even played against each other before.
Andrew
So
says,
it was
Young,
really
keep on
interesting to see
keeping
how
on.
different metas kind of came together.
What's it been like for you? I mean, I've been doing this show for 6 years.
Yeah.
How has it been for you to watch esports grow to what it is today?
Oh, it's been awesome. It feels like
Sir
just
Santos, my
here
number
and
one source of all
fans,
gaming news.
watching
Thanks,
Warcraft
Young. You're
3
the
being
best.
competed.
Right?
And now we're here. We have, what, 4 games and 5 competitions?
Yeah.
across
John
2
Wilson,
days?
been with
I
an
remember when it
Asian
was
since
just
your
Warcraft,
old
Warcraft.
TPP
Right?
Phantom Pain coverage.
Yeah. And then we have
Go
so
get some
much prize
coffee.
money up
We'll
for
let you
grabs
know
from
if
all of our
something
competitors.
interesting
It's really cool to
happens.
see people train and practice, master
Too
the
late for
craft
coffee
the entire
now.
year and
But
come
it's
and
okay.
compete
I
on
can
stage.
hang on.
That's what BlizzCon's all about. You know what I mean?
Right. What arena are you going to be sitting in?
Strong and grand. I
have
can't wait for the
luxury of being
eventual
able to visit
memes to
all of
show
them,
up. This is
but
truly the
tonight
best
I'm gonna be
timeline.
watching the
Thanks again,
Starcraft
Young, for
finals.
being
Well, Sam,
unbiased
thank
and
you
fair.
so much for coming.
Yeah,
and
I do my
being
best.
such a guest.
Yeah. We really
Thanks for
appreciate
the
you
kind
coming
words.
and sitting down
Thanks, guys.
and chatting with us. But guys, let's see how you guys are gearing up for BlizzCon on social media right now.
I guess they're running a little late. It's
And,
11:01.
actually, you know what? Before we do that, let's go ahead and toss things right over to Mythic.
Oh, we're going to check in on Mythic Hall
Yeah,
again.
I'll check
Mythic
in on Mythic Hall
Hall.
real quick. Yeah,
What's going on? I guess we are still here for us, but actually,
Don't you
right
have
now
a phone,
we're gonna
Young?
go to opening ceremony,
Oh, wait.
But first, President of Blizzard Entertainment, J. Allen Brack, has a message that he'd like to share.
J. Allen Brack. Oh, a message he has to share. He's going to talk about maybe what's happened with the recent controversy, or he's just going to
Before
skip.
we start the opening ceremony, I want to say a few words.
Oh, here we go.
You know, Blizzard had the opportunity to bring the world together in a tough Hearthstone esports moment about a month ago, and we did not. We moved too quickly in our decision-making, and then, to make matters worse, we were too slow to talk with all of you. When I think about what I'm most unhappy about, there's really 2 things. The first one is we didn't live up to the high standards that we really set for ourselves. And the second is we failed in our purpose. And for that, I am sorry, and I accept accountability. So what exactly?
Well, an apology is a start, but what are you going to do about it?
So what exactly is our purpose? BlizzCon is demonstrating it even as we speak. We aspire to bring the world together in epic entertainment. And I truly believe in the positive power of video games.
Okay, what are you going to do about Blitzchung, man?
When we get it right, we create a common ground where the community comes together to compete, connect, and play, irrespective of the things that divide us.
Okay,
As an example,
skip the PR talk.
BlizzCon has people from 59 countries all around the world here at the show today. That is amazing.
That is irrelevant to your apology.
And that is the positive power of video games. to transcend divisions that surround us in so many of our places today. We will do better going forward.
Do better
But
now.
Our actions are going to matter more than any of these words. As you walk around this weekend, I hope it's clear how committed we are to everyone's right to express themselves in all kinds of ways, in all kinds of places. I've actually seen and heard many of you expressing yourself this morning.
Is that why you disabled the chat?
You use
Blizzard?
your vacation and your family time to be here in Anaheim with us, and we are so grateful that you're here this weekend. Our best moments are here in our shared passion for Blizzard games. So once again, BlizzCon has brought us together, and today you're going to see a lot of the hard work of the Blizzard team.
Is that it? Are you going to do anything about BlizzCon? You're going to reduce his punishment? Or, you know, nullify it outright?
I am personally so proud of what we are building, and I hope you love it too. Thank you for joining us.
You are so full of it.
So, are you ready to start the countdown?
What an awful apology.
Let's do it.
We'll do better next time. We won't do anything about what we... You know, he talked about how actions speak louder than words or something. But BlitzChunk's still banned for 6 months. The casters, who did nothing wrong, are still banned for 6 months. They still punish people for speaking about, you know, their beliefs, particularly in regards to, you know, democracy, which Blizzard as an American company should have no qualms about. What a load of horseshit. But I guess now it's time to delve into the games. But that was awful. That was seriously awful. My God. Just brushed over the issue. Said a lot of nothing. Diverted attention away from the core issue.
Thy divine wisdom guides me. Doth my path is wrought with darkness. Guide myself to thy sacred light. Blessed Akrat, thy eternal light protects me. Thy divine wisdom guides me.
Quiet.
Though my path is wrought with darkness.
Shut up. They have our scent. Run!
Is this Diablo? Biggest bollocks I've heard, says one super chat user.
Just
Yep.
keep running.
Tell me about it. Alright, let's finish this trailer for
Are you
now.
out of your mind? He's not going to make it.
He has to.
Blessed Akrat, thy eternal light protects me. Thy divine wisdom guides
Look at me! All the gold we want is right there.
No, I just came here for knowledge.
They're coming!
I know.
Get over here!
Now, breach the seal. Get us through that door.
Oh, light, help me. By 3 they come. By 3 thy way opens. Blood shows. This doesn't make any sense. Blood is the key. Blood is the key!
What?
I need 2 of you!
No! Go! I'll hold them! Go!
So, it says the blood of the willing goes...
Is this
You gotta be kidding me!
Diablo 4 or Diablo Immortal?
a shame he didn't make it. Oh well, cheer up. Gold splits better 3 ways instead of 4. Must be hidden here somewhere. Read this.
By 3 they come, by 3 thy way opens, by the blood of them.
This trailer is really taking its time.
Hail. Hail the creator. Oh, hail the daughter of... Oh no. No.
What about the coin? What's it say?
This is forbidden. This is a summoning. I cannot speak.
Don't lie to me!
We came here for treasure. What is this place?
I don't know. Maybe it's a temple. Or a tomb, or...
Who is that? Okay. That's creepy.
Blessed Akrat, thy eternal light protects me. Thy divine wisdom guides me. Though my path is wrought with darkness,
Yeah.
my soul to thy sacred place. Thy eternal light protects me. Thy divine wisdom guides me. Though my
Open your eyes.
Eternal light protects me. Eternal light protects me. Thy eternal light protects me. Eternal light protects me. Eternal light.
There is no light here. You came to the darkness for knowledge.
Yes.
And all the knowledge you seek is here. Surrender. Speak the words. Call her home.
Free Hong Kong.
By 3 they come. By 3 thy way opens. By the blood of the willing, we call thee home. Hail, daughter of hatred. Creator of sanctuary. Hail.
Lilith? I hope they show gameplay. Because these cinematics, they're cool, but they mean nothing to me.
Blessed Mother.
Yeah.
Save us.
That's one hell of a cape. She's gonna have trouble walking with that. Alright, we'll see if they show some gameplay. They have to.
Please welcome Game Director of Diablo, Luis Barriga.
Especially after that abysmal apology. Seriously, I can't.
Good morning, BlizzCon!
What an awful way to open the show. But we'll see if this...
It is so very good to be here.
This looks interesting.
I want to thank all of you for coming, and a big thank you to Blizzard Cinematics for starting things off the right way this weekend. I know you all want to hear about the game, so let's get to it. Diablo IV is darkness, world, and legacy. Let's start with darkness. Diablo IV is dark. You just saw the cinematics, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Whether it's the art, the story, or the horror elements that we've embraced, the first thing you will notice about Diablo IV is that we are going back to the franchise's darker roots.
Okay, that's good.
It'll mean blood and gore. It'll mean occult symbols and rituals. More importantly, it will mean victories are neither clean nor guaranteed. We hope you're as excited about that as we are. Then we have World, also super important for Diablo IV.
A lot of blank faces there.
We've only seen glimpses into Sanctuary in previous Diablo games. But those glimpses have enthralled us and captured our imaginations. With Diablo IV, we want to put the world of Sanctuary front and center. We want every character, every monster, every faction to have a sense of place. Drowned undead that emerge from the coastlines. Brutal goatmen that come from the hills above us. And as we go deeper and deeper into the depths below, a truly dark, gothic, and medieval version of hell. The world is also how you'll experience most of our game. It is there that you will find enemy camps and friendly towns alike. It is also where you'll find players to interact with, whether it's to trade with them, group with them, or should you choose to do so, murder each other in PvP zones. Finally, legacy. Whether it's the sense of dread from Diablo 1, or the classic class lineup and loot chase that we still are inspired by from Diablo 2, or the best-in-class visceral and fluid combat from Diablo 3 that we still enjoy.
Not a lot of people cheering.
We are approaching this series with complete reverence, and we hope that it shows. If you are new to the series, we want you to feel like we did when we first played Diablo. If you're a longtime fan, we think this is the game you've been waiting for. Isometric, action RPG, developed for PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One.
There were rumors that they were going for like a Dark Souls type Diablo thing with Diablo 4, but I guess they pivoted back to the isometric.
On that note, we want to offer you a first glance at Diablo 4, along with our first three classes. The Barbarian.
Gameplay, at last.
The Sorceress. And the Druid.
Where's the Necromancer?
On behalf of everyone on the Diablo 4 team, it is our absolute pleasure now to share with you the world premiere of the Diablo 4 gameplay trailer.
All right, let's see how this looks. Okay, the graphics I can already tell it's definitely gameplay.
The dream continues to haunt me, old friend. It always starts with a journey to a distant land.
That is the deepest voice I've ever heard in my life.
There I find a city in flames. Streets choked with corpses. Unthinkable destruction. I witness senseless slaughter. Brother against brother. Pure hatred. And then, executions. Agony. Suffering surrounded me until my turn comes. They burn my eyes. Break my bones. I awaken in terror. There's no one left to stand against them.
Alright, there's the gameplay. Barbarian. Druid. I do like the darker looking sort of lighting and color palette, but I don't know, I'm not like blown away by what I'm seeing.
You think me mad, old friend, but I know these dreams. They tell of the future. Hell is coming, brother. Hell is coming.
I hope they show more than that, because that was, I don't know.
All right. How'd you guys like that first look? We have a super exciting next couple of days
I need to see more.
We have panels where we're going to go deeper into the features, the systems, the world, the art of Diablo IV, starting with an unveil panel right after opening ceremony on this stage. But that's not all. The team's been working super hard on the game, and therefore we've been able to bring a little bit of that, a little taste for that. That's right, we have a very early look, a demo playable on the floor today, right now.
Well, that should be interesting.
We hope you have as much fun playing it as we did making it. And once again, on behalf of the game team, thank you all, and see you in hell.
I don't know. I'd have to see more of Diablo 4.
Please welcome Game Director of World of Warcraft, Ian Hazakostas.
But yeah, it definitely mixes a lot of elements from all from Diablo 2 and 3. Like visual palette is somewhat Diablo 2-esque, but it's got some of that smooth combat of Diablo 3. I don't know. It'll be interesting. I can't really judge it yet.
Heroes of the Storm.
But I know people are hyped for it, so yeah. What do you guys think?
Heroes of Overwatch. And soon, ready to battle the minions of hell in Diablo IV, the brave souls of Sanctuary. It feels really great to be able to say the words Diablo IV out loud. We use code names when we're working on the game, and we train ourselves not to reference the real name. And so when we're able to kind of come out and finally say Diablo IV, it feels a bit wicked. Diablo IV.
Some people talking about the graphics. I want to see it.
We actually had Diablo IV in development for some time.
in footage that's not live stream before I judge.
Sure that when we reveal Diablo to you, that we could give you a good look at the dark vision of Sanctuary.
Not compressed footage. So
experience here at BlizzCon.
I'll hold off judgment on that for now.
I personally spent a lot of time of playing Diablo over the years, and a lot of love has gone into this game, and I really hope everyone enjoys it.
I feel like he's trying to lead into Diablo Immortal.
What else is here for us at BlizzCon, our Baker's Dozen BlizzCon, lucky number 13. We see BlizzCon as the place where the Blizzard community can have a home away from home. It's our home, too, because many of us have grown up playing Blizzard games. We've forged lifelong friendships. We've made memories. And we've also had a lot of fun over the last 28 years. This year, for the very first time, we've set up something to honor that legacy and celebrate the beginning of what's made Blizzard great. Celebrate the games and the communities that we have. We're excited to debut the Blizzard Arcade in Hall E.
What is the Blizzard Arcade?
The Blizzard Arcade has an old school arcade vibe. Gather there with friends, play some games, and experience some of the earliest things that Blizzard has ever made. For the very first time at BlizzCon, we have Rock and Roll Racing, Blackthorn.
So this is like a BlizzCon specific thing?
Vikings.
Or is this like something they're releasing to the masses?
Never experienced these games before, or if you have and you want to relive the magic,
I think it's just a BlizzCon thing.
Is a great place to hang out. Joey Ray's Bar, as well as the Slaughtered Calf Inn are there, so you're welcome to kick back, relax, and enjoy. But the arcade isn't just a celebration of where we've come from. It's also a showcase of some of our new announcements. Let's talk about StarCraft 2.
Okay.
If you're a StarCraft fan, we have two exciting things for you in the arcade. For several years, we've been working with Google and the DeepMind Artificial Intelligence Project. The DeepMind group has taught agents how to play the game as part of their AI research.
Oh, geez.
And I'm
Skynet.
excited to say that for the very first time, players are going to be able to pit themselves against DeepMind AI agents right here on the show floor. We have master level agents.
Starts with StarCraft.
We have a diamond level agent.
Then they take over the government.
Just a quick note that
and before we know
if
it,
you try this, you will not win. 3 of you will win. I won't win. For StarCraft 2 fans, we've also been really hard at work on bringing an iconic villain to life. I'm excited to announce that the leader of the Sons of Korhal and the ruler of the Terran Dominion, Arturas Mengsk, is coming to the game later this month as the next co-op commander. Mengsk is unlike any commander that you've ever played, and at BlizzCon, he's loaded up and ready for you in the arcade. Let's talk Heroes of the Storm.
There's a real lack of enthusiasm in the crowd right now. It is dead.
For Heroes fans, the team has brought Deathwing the Destroyer into the Nexus. Deathwing is actually the most requested hero of all time.
I think they're
we're
just
excited for you to have an opportunity to
getting
play.
These middling announcements out of the way so that
actually has 2 forms
they can blow the
2 different sets of abilities.
gate wide open with Overwatch.
Worldbreaker fantasy to life.
Overwatch 2, that is.
Deathwing is playable here for the very first time in the Blizzard Arcade. In addition, everyone with a BlizzCon or virtual ticket will automatically receive Deathwing when he enters the Nexus. One more thing to talk about with Heroes, and it's that in celebration of BlizzCon, all Heroes are free from now until November 10th. So if you've ever wanted to jump in and play, now's a great time. We have one other thing in one of our real-time strategy game in the Blizzard Arcade for you. It is called Warcraft 3 Reforged. We recently started the beta.
Everyone looks bored.
And we're ready to
I don't blame them.
expand the pool of testers.
I really hope Overwatch 2
Everyone here,
looks incredible.
Everyone watching with a virtual ticket, you'll all have beta access to Warcraft 3 Reforged starting Tuesday. And we'll announce the release date for Warcraft 3 Reforged soon. This month is an important one in Warcraft history because we are celebrating both the 25-year anniversary of Warcraft and the 15-year anniversary of World of Warcraft.
Man,
kicked off that celebration
this is a lot of great
2
B-roll
months
for
ago
videos.
With the launch of WoW Classic.
Just the deadpan faces of the audience.
And we've been excited to welcome back millions of players to Azeroth. It's been a really amazing experience to see the beginning of the game all over again. You know, many of you, I've heard cursing your limited bag space. Many of you are experiencing Baron's chat, maybe for the first time. And some of you have even gone back to feed your hunter pets. It's part of that anniversary celebration. And in remembrance that for some of you, your favorite flavor is vanilla, we have vanilla ice cream for sale in the WoW concessions area. You think that you want this, and I think maybe that you do.
How long are they gonna spend talking about the venue here? I hope they, keep it moving.
BlizzCon isn't just a celebration of our games, it's also a celebration of the players who play them. And here you can see some of the most skilled pro players compete in our games. I want to thank everyone out there for giving your energy and your support to your favorite teams and favorite players. About a month ago, we held the grand finals for the Overwatch League in Philadelphia. Congratulations to the San Francisco Shock and 2019 MVP Sinatra.
Are you going to congratulate Blitzchung?
Next season, the league is moving to a home and away format. And
For his Hearthstone
competition
victory?
taking place in 20 cities all around the world. And this is the very first time that something like this has been done in esports. And so it is a great time to be a fan of the Overwatch League, and it's a great time to love Overwatch. At BlizzCon this weekend, the best of the best are going to battle it out in the Overwatch World Cup, featuring more than 30 country-based teams from all around the world. We'll also be celebrating champions and crowning champions for StarCraft II World Championship Series, the Hearthstone Grandmasters, the WoW Arena World Championships,
The Hearthstone
the
Grandmasters,
WoW Mythic Dungeon International Tournaments.
where it all began.
BlizzCon has been home to some great moments in esports history, and we're excited to watch the action unfold over the next 2 days. This weekend isn't just about celebrating our pro players, it's also celebrating with you, the Blizzard community. One of the highlights of the show is our community night contest.
Oh my God.
And for me, that's actually my personal favorite of the show. I am pleased to announce that Darren DePaul, voice of Reinhardt,
I feel like
other
they should be
famous
saving a
Blizzard
lot of these
characters,
announcements
returned
for
to
like towards the end of the show, maybe.
This is one of the places where you really see the vibrant and creative gaming community that is Blizzard and is BlizzCon come to life. And we're really excited about the talent that everyone demonstrates. All right. In closing, I just want to say there's a lot of people out there that are Blizzard employees, and they're there in the crowd. And the reason that all of us are here is you. We're here to celebrate this moment with you. You know, we really look forward to this weekend. This is a highlight for us all year to come together and to celebrate all the passion of Blizzard games. And so, all of you watching, we are grateful. Thank you for being here with us. BlizzCon, be good to one another. Welcome home.
Be good to one another, says J. Allen Brack. Wait, was that it?
Please welcome Game Director of World of Warcraft,
okay.
Ian Hazakostas.
I was about to say, like, I thought it was just gonna end there for a bit. Okay, so this is World of Warcraft. I'm not a big MMO guy, so this segment is not for me, but maybe a lot of you will be looking forward to some stuff.
And humbled to be up here with all of you on behalf of World of Warcraft as it turns 15. This is a game that's been at the center of my life for every one of those 15 years. I think 15 years ago on this day, I think I was wandering around looking for stores that were still taking pre-orders of World of Warcraft so that I could jump in there on day one right with everyone else. And just over 11 years ago, I had the privilege of joining the development team to start to try to give back to this game and to this community that have given me so much. And here, in this 15th anniversary year, it's been a great year for World of Warcraft. Just taking a look back, we kicked things off with the Battle of Dazar'alor, an Alliance and Horde going head-to-head in a raid zone for the very first time. Moved beneath the waves with our Rise of Ashara update. Along the way, we've seen the Kultiran join the Alliance, and the Zandalari Trolls bolster the ranks of the Horde. And of course, we have Mechanomes and Volpera waiting in the
Man, I don't play WoW.
In our upcoming Visions of N'Zoth.
I don't understand any of this. It's all mumbo-jumbo to me.
And of course, just over 2 months ago, we launched this little game called World of Warcraft Classic. And as Jay said, it's been incredible watching millions return to Azeroth as it stood before the Cataclysm. Whether you are returning home to an old friend after a long time away, or experiencing it for the very first time. It's been an incredible journey, and here, on the 15th year of World of Warcraft, this community stands as strong as it ever has. Speaking of Classic, I'm excited to announce that we have our next update to Classic just around the corner. In about a week and a half, the week of November 12th, we'll be enabling the world bosses, Azuragos and Kha'Zix, but most importantly, the PvP honor system. So if you still have any quests to finish up in Hillsbrad, I would recommend you get those done between now and then. Just a hunch. A couple of weeks ago, we released Dire Maul, and we have Dire Maul playable here on the show floor today. So grab some friends and check it out, or make some new ones. Speaking of the strength of the WoW community, I think one of the greatest sources of pride on our end as the development team is being able to work with the community and harness the power of this incredible community in support of some incredible charitable causes. This year, I'm happy to announce that we're working with not one, but 2 different charities that both work on behalf of children around the world.
Peter Sanders says, YongYea, apparently a lot of people thought the apology was a great move. Seems like the PR talk worked.
And honestly, we've had the pleasure of working closely with them over the years. I want to give a shout out to an inspiring young woman named Amara.
If they're not going to undo
just a couple months ago.
Their, you know,
we.org.
What they did to Blitzchung, then the apology doesn't count for much, does it? They're just trying to move past
and more to children in need
rather than
the world.
deal with the issue.
Next month, happy to announce and introduce a pet that's going on sale, the adorable Dottie, the baby alpaca. So if you thought that Dolly and Dot were your best friends, wait till you meet Dottie. After worming your way into Hearts Everywhere in early December, and all proceeds from sales of Dottie from then through the end of the year go to benefit the Make-A-Wish Foundation and we.org.
Well, you know, charity is always nice, so.
But now, back
there
to
is that.
For Azeroth, the year's not quite over. We have this 15th anniversary celebration that's just around the corner, and I mean just around the corner. This coming Tuesday, November 5th, we will be enabling all the 15th anniversary events in-game. So first off, that is a throwback battleground, Korak's Revenge, inspired by the original Alterac Valley, So dig in, get ready to storm that bridge as you push your way into Stormpike. And next, we have a set of throwback raid experiences inspired by some of the greatest raid encounters of the early days of WoW, from Kael'thas through the Lich King. Players who complete all 3 of those experiences will be able to earn their very own Obsidian Worldbreaker mount inspired by Deathwing.
So I guess that's cool for WoW players. I don't know. I don't play WoW.
During the 2-month celebration, will get their own little Lothlorien pet. Now, for those of you here in attendance at BlizzCon in person, we have a second 15th anniversary celebration in store for you. Please join us tonight at 8:30 outside the Arena Plaza for a toast and a celebration with the World of Warcraft team. A toast to 15 years of Warcraft, of World of Warcraft, 25 years of Warcraft, and to the best that is yet to come.
That one guy looked.
As fun as it's been reflecting on the last 15 years and this past year in World of Warcraft, we all know that the most exciting part of BlizzCon every year is getting to hear and to talk about what's coming next. And so that raises the question, really, where would we go from here? What is next in store for Azeroth? I mean, it's, you know, as we stand right now, the Horde and the Alliance are perched on the edge of a tenuous armistice, finally putting an end to the battle for Azeroth that has ravaged their world. And yes, the forces of N'Zoth and his old god minions are looming, but I've seen some pretty reliable data mine spoilers that suggest that we're going to come out on top in this one. Don't tell anyone.
Did something leak before this event?
So after, you know, really what's been a rough few years for Azeroth, between the assault of the Iron Horde and the Burning Legion and everything that's gone on since,
something was.
I think things might finally be looking
data
up
mine
for Azeroth. Yeah, I mean, you know, all these threats have been taken care of. Just sunny days and clear skies ahead. I mean, personally, I can't think of any unaccounted for loose ends or anyone who might be lurking in the shadows, thirsting for revenge. Can you?
Oh, he got something. Some WoW announcement thing, I presume. Is this 1080? Yeah, it is.
Ice Crown. A monument to our suffering.
Is this Lich King stuff?
The veil between life and death.
I'll remind you again, my knowledge of WoW is
Where a usurper sits
minimal.
on a frozen throne. But no king rules forever.
Okay. Lich King, people are... Yeah. I think it is the Lich King. People in the chat are saying that this is correct. Blizzard Entertainment presents... Isn't she cold and all that snow and, you know, all that bare skin? Well, I guess she's like an elven type character, so maybe she has like an affinity. I don't know why I'm asking these irrelevant questions. Yeah, the World of Warcraft cutscenes, or the CGI trailers and stuff, they always look really cool. Damn. Alright. She's got some moves. Oh, she's undead. She's undead. Okay. Thanks for the tip. Again, my knowledge of WoW is like nothing. It's so minimal.
You are unfit to wear this crown.
Oh snap. So I guess this is a Lich Queen type of scenario?
To wield so much power.
That power will be your prison.
This world is a prison.
That guy needs some lotion and some chapstick. Really dry skin, and it's kind of... Yeah, Lich Queen, I guess. Or no. I don't know. I'm just randomly throwing darts. Whoa, okay. So, there goes the space-time continuum. I'm making so many WoW fans cringe right now, I apologize.
And I will set us all free.
World of Warcraft. Shadowlands. So for WoW fans, that's cool. A lot of people seem to like that. A little bit of energy kicking into BlizzCon here.
So now do the blue eyes make sense? So yeah, that just happened. We were once told by King Tyrannus that there must always be a Lich King. And now, for the first time, there is none.
Oh.
Sylvanas herself warned us that in the end, death claims us all. Well, death is coming for us. And if we want to stand a chance, we are going to have to go where no living soul ever has. We are going to the Shadowlands, the world that is the afterlife for the entire Warcraft universe. Now, along the way, we will get a chance to meet some of the fallen and learn their fates. But this is not a familiar world full of orcs and trolls and dwarves. This is an ancient and mysterious realm that predates the Titans themselves. It is the source of the power of the Scourge that we have seen, true, and it's the power upon which Death Knights draw. But it's also the origin of the noble Valkyr and the spirit healers that guide us back to the land of the living when we pull a couple mobs too many. Not that anyone's ever done that. It's where spirits of nature go to begin a cycle of rest and rebirth, and so much more. Let's take a look at this wondrous world.
That sounds kind of cool. Just lore-wise, again, I don't know anything about WoW, but...
Jailer of the damned. A grim task, which I have failed.
So yeah, I get the sense for WoW fans.
Eternal veil screams.
This is a big deal.
By her. Within the realm of shadow lies the darkest of terrors, which should never be set free. The Shadowlands are infinite. Their terrors and beauty were never meant for mortal eyes.
The afterlives.
I wonder if they can bear to behold all that awaits them. Restoring the balance between life and death, if their trust can be earned. Death comes, and the end of everything is just the beginning.
Well, alright then, there you go. For fans of WoW.
So World of Warcraft Shadowlands is coming next year, and it will be available for pre-purchase today. That is just a little glimpse of this incredible world that awaits us. Ahead of us lie many fateful decisions, because at its core, Shadowlands is an expansion that is built around the idea of choice. Agency and self-expression in the rewards you pursue, and in the allies with whom you cast your lot. I know you have a ton of questions, like what the heck is a covenant? What is that tower that's sticking out of the sky above Icecrown? What other changes are coming to World of Warcraft? And so much more. So we have our first panel for you at 2:30 on the Mythic stage, the World of Warcraft What's Next panel, where we'll dig into that and much, much more. Also, playable here on the show floor, we invite you to journey into the zone of Bastion and to begin to explore the Shadowlands. Thank you all so much, and it's going to be an incredible weekend ahead. I can't wait to share it with all of you. And now, it's my pleasure to turn things over to Ben Thompson on the Hearthstone team.
Man, it's going to be a long ride to Overwatch, isn't it? So we're almost an hour in, and yeah. Gonna talk about Hearthstone, and then I guess...
What's up, BlizzCon?
Maybe after this we'll get Overwatch?
So thrilling to be here with you
Obviously,
today.
Overwatch is the big one.
Holy cow level, that Diablo announcement. And World of Warcraft Shadowlands, you gotta be kidding me. I am so excited for what we are showing you here today. I don't know about you, but I cannot wait to play some games. Can you?
This crowd looks so dead.
Crawling out of the very bowels of
like
hell,
it really just...
or the skies above us shattering to pieces. It is clear that Blizzard loves telling you a good story. Sometimes we feel, however, that you shouldn't have to leave the safety of the tavern to enjoy a good tale. We believe some of the best stories are told right here at home. Take, for instance, the story that we've been telling you this year, in the Year of the Dragon. For the very first time, we've introduced you to a story that is taking all 3 sets to tell. It is so big and so awesome. We've been having a lot of fun putting it together. We cannot wait to show you how it all comes to an end.
I don't play Hearthstone either, so...
Let's talk a little bit about how it all began.
For me, you know, this is...
The Rise of Shadows, you were introduced to the formation of a League of Evil.
Played it a bit
Their plot
years
to
back,
steal
but
Dalaran and just how you helped him do it.
haven't kept up with it.
This was followed by the Saviors of Uldum, as you and the League of Explorers answered the call to adventure and crossed the desert sands, seeking to wipe out the plagues that Rafam and his followers had set loose upon the world. Well, that brings us to our third and final chapter, does it not? The curtain rises on a shimmering twilight sky across a blanket of snow. A chill wind gusts across an ancient field of bones. Now, the League of Evil and the League of Explorers, well, they've chased each other across all of Azeroth to arrive here in Dragonblight.
Is this a Hearthstone expansion, I presume?
Is this the end? Our heroes can't fly.
As far as Hearthstone goes, I don't know. A few of my friends play it. I don't know, I hear like just the balancing's been off lately, or I don't know. The way they've been updating the game hasn't been to their liking, but I don't know if that's just like a general sentiment across the entire community. So, yeah, I don't know. Any of you guys play Hearthstone? Is it worth getting into? Man, this is super goofy. Descent of Dragons. That was interesting.
Year of the Dragon is going to finally earn its
trailer.
name with more dragons in a single Hearthstone expansion than ever before. Now, you're going to recognize quite a number of these from Azeroth's storied history, but we've stuck a couple in there of our own devising as well for you to enjoy. Descent of Dragons also introduces a handful of new mechanics and one all-powerful new keyword as well. You want to dive in and take a look? Let's do it. Now, it wouldn't be right to make a set based around dragons without at least acknowledging the most terrible, the most feared and fearsome dragon ever to walk the world of Azeroth. No, not Deathwing. It's the progenitor of all dragonkind, the fearsome Galakrond. Galakrond is Hearthstone's newest hero card. That is to say, he takes the place of your own hero when you put him into play. He also brings with him a powerful new battle cry and his own unique hero power. But here's the key. He becomes stronger, more powerful, when you make use of our newest keyword, Invoke. It's important to note here that Invoke has its effects on Galakrond, whether he be in your hand or in your deck. And by doing so, you will allow him to achieve his second form. Gets a bit stronger. Now, believe it or not, there are actually those who eagerly
I don't understand all this, so
Galakrond's return.
This is all you guys.
His name across Azeroth. And as a result, the Invoke keyword will occasionally show up on some neutral cards as well. Doing so will allow you to achieve the most feared and third final form of Galakrond, that of Galakrond, Azeroth's End. Now, I don't know if this actually signals the end of all of Azeroth. Frankly, from what we've just seen, I'm pretty sure that's Sylvanas' job now. But it sure as heck signals the end of any game of Hearthstone he's in if you can appropriately pull off the Invoke mechanic. All 5 classes aligned with the League of Evil will have access to the terrible power of Galakrond and be able to harness it for themselves.
How are you guys doing? Are you into this?
Hero, bringing a unique battle cry and a one-of-a-kind hero power as well. Now, Rafam
How popular
He
is
takes care of his
Hearthstone in this
friends.
crowd?
He is assured that everyone will receive a copy of all 5 Galakrond Legendary Hero cards for free just for logging in when the set launches. But you may ask, what of the just and noble? What of those pure of heart or more on the side of good? Where are my League of Explorers in this? Well, there are plenty of our winged friends eager to join the fight for good as well. You all know Ysera. Let's say hello to the Druid Legendary Dragon, Ysera Unleashed. She's my favorite too. And finally, what would a dragon be without their fearsome breath weapon? If you're a shaman, you're gonna have access to lightning breath here.
Somebody here said Gwent is better.
Yeah, we see all our dragon priest friends out there. You look like you're having a good time.
I did enjoy Gwent on
We
Witcher
just think
3.
it's time to open up the party a little bit. You see, with every class in Hearthstone will receive a legendary dragon, each and their own. We're sure to see their presence being made known in the meta as soon as we release this newest and final chapter to the trilogy on December 10th. But for those of you looking to dive into the action a little sooner, pre-purchase begins today. Now, normally that'd be it for Hearthstone. We've given you an amazing new set, an
There's
awesome
more?
new cinematic, and a song that I know I'm going to be humming for the rest of the weekend. But we're not done. We want to leave you with something a little special before we go. As Hearthstone players ourselves, we all continue to enjoy a variety of ways to play this game we know and love. Whether it be in the arena mode or tavern brawl mode, we enjoy thinking of the cards we build and craft and play, and the decks that we put them in different ways. That's why the Hearthstone team is excited to announce today an entirely new way to play this game. And it's a new mode that we like to call Hearthstone Battlegrounds.
Yeah, nobody here at the front
Hearthstone
cares.
Battlegrounds
Doesn't
is
look
an
like.
8-player mode that is inspired, all 8. 8-player mode that is inspired by the popular auto battler genre with a few Hearthstone twists. In this mode, you and 7 other players are challenged to recruit minions and send them into battle against your opponents until only one victor remains.
Man, I just
This
feel
is
like
the first new mode to come to the game in some time. We have had so much fun making this.
this segment could
We've
go
had
on
even
faster.
more fun playing it. So much so, in fact, that we're excited to dedicate the entirety of the Hearthstone demo area here at BlizzCon to Battlegrounds over the next 2 days. The open beta for this new mode is going to start on November 12th. But for those of you here today, watching at home with the virtual ticket, or pre-purchasing Descent of Dragons, well, you're going to get to enjoy
So people are saying
this all starting
this
on
is basically Battle Royale. Is that true? I guess, I don't know. I wasn't paying much attention, but
We couldn't be more excited to announce
I guess
even
that's what
more
this
and
is,
talk about
in
more
essence.
cards and things related to Descent of Dragons and Hearthstone Battlegrounds on the Mythic stage
Yeah.
at 3:30.
A lot of people
We
saying
look forward
it's-
to seeing you all there.
guess jumping on that bandwagon. I don't know. Maybe it's a
From the
Battle
very
Royale in the form of a card
Hearthstone
game.
was always intended to be a warm and welcoming place. It's a place and a home far away from a confusing and often frustrating world outside the tavern. It's a place to set down our swords, join our friends, and gather around the fire. With the return of the Hearthstone Tavern here at BlizzCon, we hope you do just this. We absolutely invite you to come by and tell us what you think of the new mode. And we love answering questions about the newest set. But mostly, we hope you just drop by, if only to take part in the warmth and the friendship that the tavern has to offer. I know I'll be there, and I look forward to seeing each and every one of you.
All right, we're an hour in. I wonder what the next game is.
I don't know about you guys, but I really need to see what Overwatch has to offer.
There we go. That's what people are looking forward to, I think.
Let's go take a look, shall we?
I'm wondering, is it too early for Overwatch 2? Or is it the right time to announce a second game?
The Omnics declared war. Overwatch was created to rescue humanity from the Omnic crisis. We became the greatest champions of peace and progress mankind has ever seen.
Everybody knows Overwatch got shut down. Half of them are just mercenaries now.
They're gonna introduce a new hero, I believe.
People decided they were better off without us.
If they're gonna make a 2, they need to have like a substantial amount of content.
Papa told me, after so many years of service, you gave Overwatch everything, and then they pushed you out.
Real life is not like the stories our father told us. You were a fool for believing it so.
Perhaps I am a fool to think there is still hope for you.
With every death comes honor. With honor, redemption.
I see the future. Humans and Omnics standing together.
So this is just a recap of the first game.
The second Omnic crisis continues. The conflict between Omnics and humans has now claimed over 15,000 lives.
But look around. Someone has to do something. We have to do something.
Always remember, never accept the world as it appears to be. Dare to see it for what it could be.
Winston? It's been too long!
What is this? This is broadcasting on the Overwatch emergency frequency.
I got a call. They're getting the band back together.
It's high noon.
Really? They need you.
I have been called. I must answer. Always.
The enemy is out there and getting stronger.
The world is changing once again, and it's time to pick a side.
We can make a difference again. The world needs us now, more than ever. Are you with me?
Yes, Winston.
Free Hong Kong, Winston. Sorry, I keep... Oh, man. It's just too easy now. But Overwatch is a game that I legitimately enjoy playing.
Please welcome Game Director of Overwatch.
It's probably one of my my favorite competitive games, because it's so it's not all about like precise aiming. It's about how you synergize with the team, the roles how you play, and stuff like that. And I just really like it. I really like this game.
BlizzCon is so edgy this year. I wore black. It's kind of like dad edgy because it's got a giant pink bunny on it. So I didn't quite get there. So I feel like you and I, and you know who I'm talking to, I feel like you and I have been together for a very long time. Like, we remember when WoW Classic used to be called WoW. We've been around together. I have something, don't ever say that. I have something that I'm very embarrassed to tell you now, and I'm only telling you because we have this close relationship. I totally forget what I'm supposed to say right now. Like, I don't have a clue, just drew a blank. Anybody who knows me knows I can just ramble forever about anything. But luckily, I can, from the internet, I can read everything I'm supposed to say from the last week. Thank you so much for helping me with that.
A reference
my gosh.
To the leaks.
That was so sweet. The team really appreciate it. Actually, if you want to know how game developers feel about leaks, the WoW team made a cinematic called Shadowlands. And picture my face where Sylvanas' was, And then instead of that helmet, it was my cell phone. And that's, yeah. I should probably talk about Overwatch now. I'm just digging a hole, you know? So a very dear friend of mine, 5 years ago, on this stage, almost to this very day, a gentleman by the name of Chris Metzen.
Has it been 5 years? Jeez, 5 years since Overwatch?
And let him hear it. He's watching with us right now. Chris came out 5 years ago on this stage, and he said it's time for a new adventure, and he wanted to take us all with him. And he came out and he announced Overwatch, and it was one of the most special moments of my life. And the women and men who work on Overwatch have been working so hard to make something very special. And today they'd like to dedicate that to you. So please enjoy.
Okay, is this Overwatch 2 reveal or
Winston?
What's on your mind, May?
Do we have enough people for this mission?
As long as we stick together, we'll be fine.
Ah, May. So kawaii. Kawaii Desu.
If you're going to show, now would be a good time.
Attention! This is your captain speaking. We are on final approach to Paris.
That's our cue.
You may now power on your electronic devices. Weather is mostly cloudy, with a 100% chance of null sector invasion. Winston, clear as a spot to land. We'll be right behind you.
You better be.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be like a PvE thing for Overwatch 2 according to the leaks.
Why is null sector attacking now?
I don't know, May. But the people down there need help.
I think this is what that is.
And right now, we are all they've got.
It's like I don't know if it's a campaign or if it's just like a mode or...
Bonjour, officer. We're here to help.
C'était un singe?
That's a gorilla, alright? Get it right.
Good work, May.
Thanks! Watch your back!
Get the civilians to the ship.
You got it!
What was that?
Autobots. Roll out. That's a transformer right there.
Take cover!
May, stay with me! Winston! She needs help. We can't stay here.
Tracer, get everyone out of here. I'll hold the line.
But you said to stick together.
Don't worry. I'll be right behind you.
Don't split the party.
You better be.
And D&D, splitting the party is always not the best idea. Oh my god, is somebody gonna like die? That does not look like a winnable battle, my friend. Oh, yes. Genji player right here, so, you know, I'm all down for Genji. Yosh.
Genji.
That's a new look. Oh, there's a new hero.
Hello, Winston.
Oh yeah, I got a Genji sword right there. That's my Genji sword.
Interlock shield. How are we going to stop this thing?
May, your backpack.
That could work! Trista, pulse bomb! Here you go!
This is getting hot!
What kind of hero is she? The android looking, the robot fellow. I do really enjoy the Overwatch cinematics. They're really well made. They can make like an ant. That's a classic right there. Classic line. They could make a movie out of this stuff if they wanted.
Victory is ours, my friends!
Hi, Lena. Brigitte? Oh my gosh, you've grown! Oh, everyone, this is May. Hi, everyone.
Nice to meet you.
Oh God, no.
Good to have you on board.
Thank you.
Monsieur, does this mean Overwatch is back?
Yes. Yes, we are.
All right, cinematics out of the way. We're probably gonna see a bit of gameplay. I hope.
Did you like it? Did you enjoy? Awesome. On behalf of the Overwatch team, I am extremely proud and excited to finally and officially announce Overwatch 2. Now, I know you have a lot of questions, but we always feel like our games speak for themselves, so let's take a look at the gameplay and then we'll talk.
There we go. That's what we want.
Null sector is everywhere. I'll hold them as long as I can.
What are you doing here?
It's happening again.
Paris was just the beginning. This is a global invasion.
So, how's Overwatch enjoying our city?
It's beautiful, except for all the killer robots.
Yeah, story missions. That could be cool.
Know what we have to do.
Oh, yeah!
You're with me. We're getting aboard that ship.
I knew you would return one day.
It has been too long, Master. I can't do this.
You've made your choice. Nobody will stop us.
Trouble is cropping up all over the world. It's not just Null Sector.
A lot of lives are riding on what we do next.
We'll have to fight. One city at a time.
Let's get them, Brigitte.
I've got you, Papa.
Watching your back.
Ah, Route 66.
That's teamwork.
Time to learn some new tricks.
Okay. There's a level up system.
Hey, chill out.
I'm assuming the customization of skills is just for the single player.
I will push it. Okay, other direction. I am good at pushing things.
Sojourn here.
Ooh, who's that? Ah, Reaper. One of my mains. So I mean, graphically, it definitely uses the same engine as the first game. So whether this second game lives up to the #2 will depend on just how much content they add to
We're
it.
gonna have so much fun.
And how
It is gonna be
substantial
so awesome.
the upgrade
We have a
feels
lot to talk about
in that
right?
regard.
First and foremost, you have to remember that Overwatch is a team versus team 6v6 competitive experience. And there is no way we're losing that at all. In fact, that's a huge focus. So Overwatch 2 will have a brand new core competitive game mode called Push. Now, what I mean when I say core is that you will play this in quick play, it will be played in competitive, and it will also be played by the Overwatch League. So we're really excited to finally add a new core game mode. Now, we want everybody here today to have a chance to play it and tell us how awesome and balanced it is. So you can play on a brand new map, which takes place in Toronto, our first Canadian map. It's over in Hall A, so we invite you to come play the demo. We think it'll be awesome. Now, when I talk to lots of you, there's a common request that you want out of Overwatch, and Overwatch 2 is going to deliver on this. And that's for more story and for PvE, for cooperative experiences. Overwatch 2 will feature a ton of PvE content. We will have a complete story experience featuring story missions, the first of which is called Rio de Janeiro, is also playable in Hall A for all of you today. Cannot wait to hear what you think about it. In addition, as you saw, we have something called hero missions, which hero missions are focused on highly replayable cooperative experience. The analogy we like to use on the team is similar to what adventure mode is to Diablo versus its campaign. That's what hero missions are intended to be. And they're powered by this really cool progression system where you can level up your heroes, get more powerful, customize your abilities, do different talents. It's gonna be a ton of fun. Now, you might have also noticed the heroes all have a new look to them. Every one of the 31 heroes, plus more, are getting an upgraded look to them. And there's a really awesome panel that's gonna happen tomorrow on Saturday in here that is gonna go through all of the engine upgrades that are coming to Overwatch 2 and all of the new looks and explanation of the new art style that I'm really excited
You know,
about.
Activision right now is getting an erection about all the loot boxes and the cosmetics they can monetize.
At their core are all about heroes, and we know that we cannot make a brand new Overwatch game without having new heroes. So Overwatch 2, in addition to featuring Sojourn, who we are not talking about today, besides just confirming that she is here, Overwatch 2 will feature multiple new heroes that will come with the game.
That's good.
And we're very excited about
It does
that.
need multiple new heroes.
Now,
Can't just be like one or two.
Like, why a sequel? Or what does that mean to me as a player of the original game? I put so much time into this game. I cared about it so much. Well, we thought about it, and for us as gamers, you know, sequels make us nervous more than anything else. So what we're hoping to do with Overwatch 2 is really redefine what a sequel means.
Carryover stuff, maybe?
I think some explanation is in order right now. So,
especially
for all
cosmetics?
Original players of Overwatch, players of the current Overwatch game, you will get to play on all of the same maps as Overwatch 2 players, including all of the brand new maps that are coming to Overwatch 2.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And you will get to play with all of the same heroes as Overwatch 2 players. It will be a shared multiplayer environment where no one gets left behind.
Okay, that's actually pretty consumer friendly.
The other thing that I think a lot of us are thinking about is all of those cool accomplishments and cosmetics that we've been unlocking over the years.
And all that pride.
You know, how hard did you work for your Witch Mercy skin, for example? We want to make sure that all Overwatch cosmetics come forward with you into Overwatch 2, so all of your progress matters. Nothing's getting left behind.
Okay.
No
Kudos.
one's getting left behind.
They didn't pull an EA.
We worked so hard to build this community of over 50 million players at this point. The last thing we would ever do is do anything to split what an amazing community you guys are.
That is very commendable.
And how much you mean to us.
I'll give him that.
So Overwatch 2 is going to be amazing. We have a panel right here on this stage at 1:30 where we're going to go into a lot more detail. Now, it's time for BlizzCon. I'm staring, you know, straight down the aisle at those beautiful machines with Diablo IV loaded on them.
So do I have to
We've
buy
got
Overwatch 2?
Warcraft Shadowlands. We've got Hearthstone Battlegrounds. We've got 2 different Overwatch 2 demos. I just want you all to remember how much we all mean to each other, be good to each other, enjoy each other this weekend. Now let's go play some video games. Have fun, everybody.
So I guess like Overwatch 2, the main thing they're introducing is that story campaign mode, but the multiplayer stuff, Overwatch 1's gonna carry over.
This concludes our opening ceremonies. Mythic Stages panel presentations resume shortly with Diablo 4 unveiled. Have a great BlizzCon.
That's it. And I guess they're gonna do like a bunch of panels here and there. But I don't know if I can stick around for all of those. But this was the opening ceremony. I hope... Yeah, Overwatch 2, what a humble pie says, it's an expansion. It kind of feels like an expansion. It doesn't really feel like a new game. But, you know, I don't know. It's fine. It is what it... I don't know. I feel like the way they carry over all this stuff from Overwatch 1, that's really cool. They haven't talked about pricing for Overwatch 2, and I just, for Overwatch 2, I don't know how the monetization stuff will work. I don't know if they'll just keep it similar to the first game, or if they're gonna push a little further. I hope the single-player stuff isn't monetized. But, yeah, there is the Diablo 4 panel to look forward to, I suppose, but I don't know if I can, when does that happen? Let me look that up, actually. But, yeah, for this segment, it's pretty much over. Let's see, BlizzCon 2019 schedule. So right here it says, Opening ceremony. And then... when does the Diablo 4 thing happen? Yeah, I don't know. Did they say what time that was going to be? But, you know, for this segment, it's pretty much over, so... Yeah, no StarCraft. StarCraft isn't getting any love. Which is, unfortunate. But, yeah. Yeah, the apology at the beginning, a lot of people are talking about that. I might make a video about that later. Just gather my thoughts and actually get some sleep, maybe. But yeah, that's the whole presentation. They didn't show any Diablo Immortal, which I thought was hilarious, and that probably the right move. Nobody's in the mood for that game, so it was probably the right idea to keep that out of this presentation. So that's you know, that's one thing they definitely they got right. Diablo 4, well, you know, I don't know, I have to see more. It looks a lot like Diablo 3 in terms of like the way things feel. The visuals, the palette is more Diablo 2-esque, which I really like. I hope they announce more classes and stuff, and I'm sure they will. I hope the Necromancer comes back. Overwatch 2 looks like more Overwatch, which is fine. You know, like Super Smash Brothers Ultimate is more Super Smash Brothers, but it added enough stuff that it justified being a quote-unquote sequel. So hopefully Overwatch 2 will feel the same with all the story stuff, the story missions. No release date for Overwatch 2, which is interesting. I don't know if they're going to talk about that in the panel. Yeah, I'm just going to get a handle on what the heck is going on in terms of like Diablo and stuff. So opening ceremony. Let's see. Oh, I guess like they didn't announce the like Diablo 4 until today, so a lot of the schedules haven't been updated. Jarian says Diablo panel is at 12:30. Is it now? It's like now? 12:30 what? I'm Pacific time. Are we talking Eastern or what? Let's see. Let's go to the Diablo channel. So yeah, the opening ceremony thing's up. Furious TV says Overwatch 2 so soon feels like an easy cash grab. It has been 5 years since Overwatch, to be fair, since the first game. But at the same time, Overwatch doesn't feel yet like a game that has run out of steam and needs a sequel. But again, if Overwatch 2 adds enough to justify itself, I don't mind, as long as, you know, the value is right and the content is right. So it's now. Diablo 4 is now. Are we going to do this? Blizzard Diablo 4 panel? I don't know. Like, I don't see it. Where is it? Where is it happening? Let's see if, hold on. Blizzard's Twitter has something on that front. I just can't find the link. Oh, okay. There's a live thing happening on Twitter, but is there like a Twitch link or a YouTube link or something? Oh, it's running late, people say. That's good. I'm running late. Do you guys want me to do Diablo? Do you want me to stick around and do that for a little bit? I could stick around, you know, for a little while more if you guys really want me to. I feel like I should rename the stream though. actually let people know it's a Diablo thing. I just can't find it. So I'm looking at the Diablo Twitter. Okay, a lot of yeses. Let's do it. Let's see. Where is it though? Diablo 4. Is there a way to filter by live stream, maybe? See if Blizzard's YouTube has it. I just can't find it. If I can't find it, then I can't really tune in. If anyone knows how to find it. But yeah, I am curious about Diablo 4. I played Diablo 3 on Switch, and I actually had a really good time with that game. Once I like finished the campaign and stuff, I didn't do too much after that, but I played as the Necromancer, and I had a lot of fun with it. 4i4Kov says, poor Yong probably just wants to eat. I kind of do, but I mean, I don't know. I'm not. It's fine. I'm just trying to find the thing. Is it here? Home? On the BattleNet. I don't have the BattleNet launcher installed right now. Why is that on... Oh, BlizzCon website. Okay, BlizzCon website. Let's see. BlizzCon.com. Watch now. There we go. We can do this.
Can we just take a minute
All right.
to just recognize how stacked this BlizzCon is?
It's incredible.
Overwatch 2, Shadowlands, Battlegrounds.
How long is this
Diablo
panel?
4.
Oh my god.
I'm kind of jealous of you guys, for sure.
Yeah, it's, I mean, just amazing to be here with all of you to share this. I mean, I think, you know, for us on the dev team, we've been working on this for a while. And so to finally be able to be here with all of you is really super meaningful.
Let's see if I can update the...
All right, so, Luis, a lot of stuff has
the
gone
title
down
of the video? Nah, it's
since
fine.
Diablo 3.
That's right.
And so before we get into it, we have a ton of stuff, but you're going to set the stage for us a little bit.
That's right. Let's set the stage a little bit. All right, Diablo 4 takes place decades after the events of Reaper of Souls. Though Malthael's plans were foiled, the Angel of Death exacted a terrible toll on humanity.
I do remember
The
that.
Sanctuary suffered great devastation.
Malthael.
Entire populations decimated, cities ravaged. Heaven itself suffered great losses, causing them to shutter their gates. You can
close the gates. That's terrible.
And you can imagine what that does to people. Religious schisms, famine, war, basically humanity left to our own devices. And we know how well we do.
45 minutes long, says...
All right, it is against this backdrop of despair that Lilith returns. And that's when those events in that cinematic you guys
That's how long this is?
Happen. This is important because in the mythos of Sanctuary, Lilith is the mother of humanity. Lilith represents that demonic half that we all have inside our hearts. In that mythos, she and the angel Inarius, along with other rebel angels and rebel demons, tired of this endless great conflict, created a world that would be free of conflict called Sanctuary. And along with that, they created the first mortals. That's a legend. That's what we've heard. The scary part about that is she knows our hearts. She knows what motivates us and can manipulate us. The other scary part of that, she's Mephisto's daughter.
Ooh.
That's right.
That's okay.
So she represents a link to an even greater threat, the greater evils. So even though she was summoned for reasons we were not ready to divulge quite yet, we know it can't be good. And with heaven having closed their gates, there's no one to answer our prayers. Even the Horadrim are but mad old men talking to themselves, talking to graves, clutching their bottles as hard as they once clutched their swords.
Yeah, we can kind of identify with that, I think.
Amen. All right, that's the stage upon which Diablo 4 is set. But let's talk a little bit more about Diablo 4. Help us out, Tiffany.
All right, guys, we're going to go on a journey together. But before that, let's take a look at what Diablo 4 is. So Diablo 4 is a classic isometric
There's the
action
gameplay.
RPG.
Awesome.
Surprise! That classic camera. We wouldn't let it go. No way.
It's going to feature a dark, non-linear campaign.
I do like the
spoil any
HUD
of the details about
on
that
the bottom
campaign
left there.
today, but you'll get to meet some of the folks in charge of it, including our new creative director, Sebastian Stempian.
It'll be a shared open world with 5 distinct contiguous regions.
You'll be able to go from the tip of Scotland all the way down to Kyrgyzstan.
Complete with weather and day-night
Shared
cycles.
open world?
There are hundreds of dungeons to explore and hundreds of legendaries to find and equip.
Did you see the legendaries in the Dark Gallery?
You should check them out.
Oh my.
All right, there's 5 powerful classes. 3 that we announced today and are playable in the demo: the Sorceress, the Barbarian, and the Druid.
The Druid, yeah.
5 classes.
And it's being developed simultaneously for PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4.
All right, so like Tiffany said, we're starting a journey together. You know, you may recall in the opening ceremonies, Luis said that Diablo 4 is about world, legacy, and darkness. Who wants to talk about darkness? Yes. All right, at the highest level,
That dude's
what this
face
means is that when
just
you play
timed so
Diablo 4,
perfectly.
everything you will see and experience will feel immersive and faithful to the legacy of what we all love about Diablo. How's that sound? All right. I wanted to give you an idea what we mean when we say that. You might wonder, you know, is it mature themes? Is it blood? Is it gore? There was a little bit of gore in that trailer, right? Just a little bit. And, you know, is it the music, right? It's all of these things. And what we like to say is it's the totality of that tone that creates that experience that we all know and love. And I think, like, you know, the Butcher's Pit in Diablo 1, you know, you go down, you open that door, everything seems fine. And then it goes horribly wrong, right? Bodies eviscerated. This crazy guy coming out with a butcher's knife. And in our trailer today, you saw that as well. It's like everything was fine until they opened that door. No, that doors are bad. So this is what we're really excited about. It's that contrast. It's not monotonous, right? We want to create that sense of space and that world that we're really excited to explore. All right, so here's how this idea affects our heroes. You know, we've taken a more grounded approach to presenting the world of Sanctuary. You can really see it in this piece. It's everything from the palette to the design of the armor, to the design of the weapons, to how we treat magic. In the classes, you see the Druid, the Barbarian, and the Sorceress engaged in combat with monsters from different realms around Sanctuary. And this piece really evokes the kind of tone and that feeling that we're after. And it really affects all things in the world.
Concept art looks cool.
All right, so how would this tone affect the world of Sanctuary? We have this vast open world, and we want to immerse you into that medieval, apocalyptic, demonic version of Sanctuary like never before. The moments of contrast that you will experience in today's demo are areas like Donheim Caves, the Drowned Caverns, and the Hangman's Tree to the south, which is one of my personal favorites. And then Keeler Farm, which kind of evokes these Diablo 1 vibes. Like the artist who built that, he was so excited about to put that into the demo.
Straight inspiration.
Yeah. These are all areas that remind us that we're in the world of Diablo.
Are we going to see
when we talk about Return to Darkness?
The demo in action, I wonder? I hope that's going to be
It's not just
a big
present
chunk
in
of
the
the panel
art,
here.
Darkness. It is in the world, our gameplay, and the stories we tell. So what we mean by that is our world is medieval RPG, but rather than being inspired by high fantasy, we're inspired by the occult, the demonic, and biblical themes. What we mean by gameplay is that even making a very dark, moody world, if we create, you know, the sort of overpowered characters with really over-the-top effects, we know we're going to undermine that sense of darkness. So we want to make sure we keep that in check. And then with stories, You heard me talk about how victories aren't clean or guaranteed. This means that sometimes evil wins. After all, this is the IP where you get sent to save the child Albrecht in the first Diablo, and guess what? There's no saving him. This is the franchise where even after you kill the Lord of Terror himself, it's not good enough, and you need to risk your own mortal soul to try to contain him and just fend evil off for one more day. The entirety of Diablo 2 was predicated upon being a day late and $1 short, and we basically want to encapsulate that feeling, put it in a bottle, and just create a whole world with that sense.
Natalia Sanchez, is it just me or is the crowd not impressed?
It's in the gameplay, it's in the world, and in the stories we tell.
I think they're just trying to listen, and the panels tend to be quieter usually than compared to the
But it's not just the darkness of the previous
big
Diablo
presentations.
games that's influenced
Oh, okay,
us.
here we have
Every Diablo
gameplay.
game has added great new gameplay features to the series, and we're using all of these as inspiration for Diablo 4.
Around the campfire,
Taking
classic.
some of our and your favorite. Let's go back a slide real quick. Go back to that campfire. There we go.
Yeah, we're not done with that slide yet.
Yeah, I still want to talk about that campfire. Back one more.
One more, please.
There we go. Back to that campfire. All right, we're taking some of our and your favorite features from past Diablo games and bringing them into Diablo 4. We've updated their design, their look, their feel, using our brand new engine and all the lessons that Blizzard has learned over the years. So nowhere is this as apparent as with our classes. So it starts with this campfire right here. This pays homage to the classic campfire from Diablo 2, and this is one of my favorite
I thought that was my mouse thing, cursor thing.
John, what was your team's inspiration when, tackling the character
There we go.
screen?
It's gone.
Yeah, I think when we started the character select, it was actually a really short conversation about what we wanted to do with that. It was like we had a few ideas, but the campfire was it spoke to us. It really showed off the new engine in a really cool way. It was really awesome to see the classes with the high fidelity that we've added into our characters with Diablo 4. Yeah, it was just so much fun.
I really hope to see like 4K footage of this. That's when I can gauge like
I love that we left a little room in there.
How it actually looks.
And I also love how we don't put any text there telling you, oh, the barbarian is this and that. It's like, yep, the barbarian is the guy that broods in the corner with a bunch of swords. The druid's the guy that has some good boys hanging by him, and the sorceress conjures the campfire. It's so great.
Yeah, we wanted those classes to just be clear without any text and just it should just speak to I mean, I think we all know who these classes are at this point, so yeah.
All right, let's take a closer look at these classes, starting with the Barbarian. All right, the Barbarian, you saw the slide a second ago. There's a reason we keep bringing this class back. So Barbarians are the embodiment of visceral, brutal combat that's just so core to Diablo. So in reimagining this class for Diablo 4, we drew upon classical Barbarian imagery as well as art from our own past. So one common theme that kept cropping up was the physicality of these warriors and how armed to the teeth they are with weaponry. Every time you take a look at a picture of a barbarian, they've got axes, swords, polearms, as many weapons as they can carry. And we really love this fantasy for this class, and with that in mind, we've added
here's a
the arsenal
close-up.
system. So in
You get a feel for the
Diablo 4 will have
graphics.
4 weapon slots and be able to use both one-handed and two-handed weapons in the same build. And I'm so excited about this level of customization and being able to equip 4 legendary items at the same time.
Yeah, it's pretty much every barbarian's fantasy to finally see that arsenal that you're used to
That's
seeing
interesting.
on, those classic barbarian paintings come to life.
So you'll actually be able to assign items to each skill slot to add yet another layer of customization, and depending on what skill you use, the barbarian will automatically pull out the weapon that he or she needs, so combat will continue to be seamless on the battlefield. So we're carrying forward Fury to power the aggressive, physical, fast-paced attacks of the Barbarian, but they'll also continue to pull the ancient magic of their ancestors to give them all that strength and combat on the battlefield. So let's take a look at the Barbarian in action and some
cool.
art.
I think this game will look better, definitely when you're zoomed out in that isometric camera, because it hides a lot of the
works.
Built-in
some of
blood.
the like the blurriness and stuff, and like
This
from
guy's
afar,
ready for
hopefully
action.
it'll look like really good.
All right, wait for it. You know what he's gonna do.
Yeah! Like almost a hammer down moment.
Oh yeah, it plays a lot like Diablo 3.
I love that the team's taking some of the things that were formerly elemental magic, and now it's just more blood.
Yeah, I think this is like every barbarian painting that I grew up with come to life, where he's just like, wading into the crowd of enemies and just wreaking havoc.
All right, let's look at our next class.
All right, next up we have the Druid. Who all got to play a Druid in Diablo 2?
Yeah.
How about any WoW Druid players? I think you guys are going to like this guy. But first, I don't know if this little tidbit I'm going to give you is going to reaffirm your faith in us or shake your faith in us, but we got something to share with you. The Druid was not part of our original lineup for Diablo 4. I know, it's my bad. That lasted about a day. Basically, one of our artists did this amazing piece of art, and then we went from like, I don't know, Druid, maybe no, we're making a Druid, 100% starting tomorrow, right now.
The power of art.
It's so great. It is
That does look cool.
The art inspires the design in this game. You see it with the Arsenal system, you see it with the Druid. So one of the things that we said is like, hey, we love the idea of the Druid. How do we move it forward? One of the things that we did is we took some of that fire magic that didn't feel like it met the fantasy of being someone in tune with nature, and we replaced it with storm magic and earth magic. And we feel pretty great about that, and we have it in the demo if you guys want to check it out. We kept his nature companions, like the wolves, the ravens, the vines, all of that. And then the thing that we feel is the kind of the special sauce is he's always been able to be this master shapeshifter. He can turn into a werebear, he can turn into a werewolf, and you know, it was pretty cool. You'd be a bear and spam shockwave. That was pretty awesome. But we decided to move that forward with Diablo 4, and now we have something we call seamless shapeshifting. What that means, if you truly want to embrace the hybrid nature of the class, you can start an attack in one form, and you'll begin animating as smooth and fluid as the Diablo 3 combat you've enjoyed so far. We're leveling that up. So mid-swing, you will transform into the correct form. So you'll press that button for a werewolf attack, you'll start animating caster form, finish it in werewolf form. If you're surrounded by enemies, you can conjure up a boulder, push those enemies away, and then turn back into a werebear and charge into them. It's really, really cool. I really hope you guys have the time to play the demo, check out the Druid.
It's like very
enough of me talking. Let's see that stuff in action.
Very Beast Boy a la Teen Titans, just like that instant transformation.
That guy is not having a good day.
I love these sets.
Yeah, this was one of our first pieces we did for him when we were trying to figure out what was going to be so cool about him.
Crazy mountain man.
All right, look at those good boys.
I love the wolves. Wolves are my favorite animals, fun fact. So those two please me greatly.
Summon up some storm magic.
Boom. Yeah.
And don't worry if you've got a preferred form. You can just assign all your buttons to that form and just be a bear all the time if that's your Druid fantasy.
That's really.
Of course, Cataclysm.
I might play this class. This looks cool.
Master of nature magic right there.
Yeah. You made a good choice about that art, I guess. It worked out.
Shia LaBeouf's life coach just joined. Is this Diablo? Yeah, this is Diablo.
The Sorcerer.
If you just joined.
Is back. How exciting is that?
Heck yes.
Yeah. She is elemental carnage on the battlefield, whether it's chilling enemies and smashing with a fireball or transforming into a chaotic ball of lightning and just completely destroying the battlefield, teleporting around and just wreaking havoc. She is an unstoppable wrecking machine, wading through the hordes of monsters with the power of elemental magic. In the dark, oppressive world of Sanctuary, the Sorcerer lights up our dungeons. Like when we say we're returning to darkness, our dungeons are really dark. And the Sorceress lights it up in an amazing, fantastic way with our new engine and our new tech. And we're going to take a look right now.
That guy's about to eat a fireball to the head.
He's definitely questioning his life choices.
Ooh. Those are cool armor pieces right there.
Pentagrams, of course.
Yeah, that classic D2 Sorceress.
I love that in addition to bringing the light show.
Yeah, the lighting effects are nice.
You feel like a dungeon boss when you play a Sorceress. She has basically control over the battlefield with abilities like Blizzard, like Firewall, that basically make you feel like you are doing area of denial attacks on enemies. Really cool.
Okay, that's dope.
Super exciting. All right, so how you look in a game like Diablo as you're laying waste.
Sam Craig, only 3 classes or 5 classes? Only 3 are being shown.
You guys want more options for customization than you've had in the past? Of course. And we agree. And we're offering levels of customization in Diablo 4 more than we've ever had before, and allow you to make that barbarian of your dreams, that druid of your dreams. And this is just a few options that we have here today in our demo to kind of show you what appearances look like.
You better not monetize that.
These are some concepts of also where we're going with this. We really want to give you like kind of like a template, and you can build on that fantasy however you want. So if you want to customize the hair, the skin, the jewelry, the scars, the tattoos, those kinds of things. And we really wanted to, like, we have a lot of these that we're planning, and it's something we're really excited about. We think you guys will like it.
All right, but it's not just the appearance. Customization is at the core of Diablo, and what I mean with that is gameplay customization. And customization is back with a vengeance. We're bringing back some ideas and new ideas that we've become inspired from previous games.
Oh. People really like that.
So we have a super happy. We're a little nervous. They're like, they're gonna like it. Yeah. So we have a trifecta of customization options with talent trees, with skill ranks, and with rune words. Rune words especially, we've taken inspiration from Diablo 2 and given it a fresh new interpretation. You'll get to hear all about it in our systems and feature panel tomorrow, or if you check it out on the demo. But the way that it works, it's super exciting that it's no longer like a secret recipe, but a little bit more freeform with triggers and effects. We're very excited to see the combinations that you come up with. But the message that we want to bring to you today is we want you to play the build that's inside your head. Not the build that I designed for you, but the build that you want to play. Because we realize that, you know, your idea of a frost sorceress might be different than mine or John's. All right. Another thing that's new to Diablo 4
People
is
seem
the
to be
sense of
happy about
world.
the
It's a very big
talent
difference
trees.
in how we've approached it from different installments. And we're coming at it from 2 angles, the fantasy and the gameplay. On the fantasy side, we knew we had kind of planted these seeds of, hey, the druid, we've told you he came from Skosglen, and we had shown little corners of Sanctuary that we knew you guys wanted to explore. But then on the gameplay side, we kept making a more or less linear game with Diablo before. Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. And you guys kept wanting to approach it in a more open way, jumping around, killing stuff, and not following the rules. So with Reaper of Souls, we created Adventure Mode to kind of give you guys a taste of that openness. And it was really transformative. That was a moment where we learned a lot about how the game could be played and where we saw how you guys were approaching Diablo. So based on those learnings, we are making Diablo 4 open from the ground up. We're making an open world with a non-linear campaign so that you can be in charge of how you decide to level. If you're the type of player that wants to take breaks between the story and do some of the repeatable content, explore a little bit, do side content, stuff like that, great. If you're the type of player that wants to experience the story uninterrupted, you can still do that. So not only can you customize who your character is, you can customize their experience in Sanctuary.
Yeah, the world. This is something we're so excited about. I think when the concept team got a hold of this, you know, this idea of this vast open world was really exciting and what we would present to the players. You know, Diablo levels have always felt a little bit like, you know, corridors or, you know, I kind of skirt around the edges and work my way in towards the middle. But there was always that border that was a little frustrating. And I think like for this game, you know, those borders are gone. And so on the concept team, when we were kind of imagining what this space would look like, we had to imagine what that would be.
That's cool.
And so, you know, what if the region itself was 10 or 20 times larger than any previous Diablo region? You know, so big that mounts might actually be required to cross these distances.
Oh, shit.
There's going to be
10 or 20 times?
connected regions to explore with distinct geological and unique biomes. We will have the icy mountains of Fractured Peaks. We're really excited about this one. It's beautiful. We'll have the dark forest of Skosglen. And we're going to have the desolate grasslands of Dry Steppes. Sprawling deserts of Kyrgyzstan. Of course, we're going to go back to Kyrgyzstan. We're really excited about this. And then the foul swamps of Hawazar to explore.
Why can't they just be regular swamps?
Because they need to be foul. This is super important. Foul. Foul swamps. Sounds pretty dark, right?
So the world is also how you engage with other players in Diablo 4. So we'll have social hubs in major towns. This is one from our demo. This is Korbach. And in these towns, not only is this where you pick up quests and talk to NPCs, you can also trade, ask someone about their gear, maybe investigate their build, take a look at how they customize their character or what awesome armor they're wearing. You might even be able to look for a group. And you might be wondering, why do I want to look for a group? Well, as you're exploring the open world, you'll come across world events. And our druid here is going to come up on one in a second. And you may not want to fight these events alone because they're a little bit tougher experiences, which I think is pretty exciting. All right, I'm going to wait for this one to pop up. All right, here we go. So this was in the game trailer. This is Ashava. This is in our demo. I'm curious how many people Ashava is going to murder this weekend.
Anybody want to venture a guess? I'm guessing thousands, maybe.
So there's just like a slew of people just fighting against this thing.
Probably everyone that plays a demo is going to die to this. So, you know, you can group up with other people. You'll be running around the world. You'll come across other players, and they'll be able to help you defeat this demon and get some awesome loot. That's why we fight demons, right? So I know what you're thinking.
Yeah, it's a shared world thing.
Don't really want to play with other people.
Yeah, I'm wondering about that.
Well, there will be areas of Sanctuary where players can opt into PvP, so you can just murder them instead. You'll be able to complete the entirety of Diablo 4 without ever necessarily engaging in these social activities. You can continue to crawl dungeons on your own or just form private parties of your own. But I'm really excited about what grouping and trading is going to do to the longevity of this game. And you know, the most important thing for me for playing games these days is player stories. And I have, you know, so many of my own. And I'm curious, do you have any?
I mean, yeah, I love PvP, not because I'm a great PvPer. I'm like kind of middling, but it's the sort of thing where I don't remember a lot about other games, but I remember how I lost my hardcore characters in Diablo 2. And I lost my sorceress, basically. Someone befriended me. We did bail runs for a couple hours. I'm like, this person's pretty chill. My bags were full after killing Baal, so I went to town, took the town portal back to get the rest of my loot, and I don't know how, this person must have been telepathic or something, but they went hostile right as I was loading. I loaded up to like 1 million firewalls, died in like a second. Your deeds will be remembered. And that person really enriched my online experience, I must say.
Luis, I didn't realize we'd met before.
I hope the graphics just look sharper.
Maybe in Diablo 4 I'll finally get rid of it.
I think maybe it's the live stream that's making it look kind of blurry and
John and Luis talked about this expansive open world.
kind of jaggy.
There will still be waypoints to
maybe
travel
if
around
we
because we think that's really core to the fantasy of Sanctuary. With so much world to explore, we
see
saw
a
the
higher
opportunity to add a new
fidelity
feature,
version
and
of
that
the
is
trailer
bounce.
or of the footage. But right now, like, I don't know, there's just something
So
like
we took
really
a very Diablo approach to this feature, both thematically from a gameplay perspective. So
like it's
taking a
lacking
look at
aliasing or
this
something. I don't know.
Concept art right here. You'll be able to swap out the armor pieces, change the saddle, change what's another armor?
Horseshoes.
Horse armor, and maybe swap out that fallen head for a different trophy. And not only does this add, you know, aesthetic customization, but also changes the gameplay. So if you're in PvP and you're running away from a sorceress that's turned hostile on you, you may want to equip some items that decrease the damage that you take on a mount, or maybe make your mount go a little bit faster so you can outrun that firewall or outrun that blizzard, and keep your ears for another day. So it's really important that mounts feel grounded in this world. Everything that we add, you'll hear us say time and time again, for this to feel like a dark, grounded world. We want these mounts to feel at home in Sanctuary. So, John, I saw that you, on your desk, you had this picture of a rainbow unicorn.
That is not true. It was on fire. If it was on my desk, it was
all right, that's why there's
Oblivion
a fire
horse armor.
Or dead,
yeah, that
or
comes to
flayed,
mind.
Or something.
So
Horse
we'll
armor
have
DLC.
human horses, flayed horses.
Taking it
Horses
back to
don't even
old
have a
school
face
days.
anymore. That feels pretty at home in the world of Sanctuary.
Man.
And so these are the kinds of mounts that you can expect to ride around. Because Diablo is an action RPG, we want to get you back into the action as quickly as possible, and we want to do it with some flair. So we've added dismount abilities. Each class will have class-specific abilities that fit their fantasy perfectly. So if you're a sorceress and you just want to get off your horse like normal, you can still do that. Or you can turn into an ice storm and freeze everything in your path. So let's take a look at the barbarian and the sorceress and some of their dismount abilities in action.
So some people expressing skepticism about mounts. Apparently the world is so big, you actually need the mounts to move a lot more quickly. That's what they said.
I think they're about to kill each other.
Probably.
So yeah, I mean,
right,
it could be
check
interesting.
this out. Combo those dismount abilities. So I guess they're friends for now.
Don't trust them.
All right, so we've talked a lot about the world above ground.
Ooh,
but
I like the darkness here.
Really, the cool stuff in Diablo happens below ground, in dungeons. You guys want to hear about dungeons? All right, well, we've added, you know, like we have all this cool stuff above ground, but when we say return to darkness, that is a literal truth for a lot of our dungeons, and we are crafting some of the darkest, most evil spaces that you have ever explored in a Diablo game to find epic loot. And we're gonna show some of those right now. Let's take a look.
Is there audio?
Those are your people, Luis.
I love the first time I went to a dungeon in Diablo 4 and I realized I was at home.
Is that a giant humanoid lady?
I'm like, oh, this just feels
Is that a
so
statue?
right
That's a statue,
game.
right? Okay.
Right here, this. And if you play a class that brings the light show, here's where you see it.
Yeah, for sure. When the player's in there and you have that little pool of light around you and those dark corners, it just feels like home.
And of course, we should reassure you these are fully randomized. We're building up on our know-how from D3. It's basically DRLG 2.0. Our dungeons continue to be randomized. And not only that, but we have new features that in tomorrow's panels you'll get to check out.
And also exterior dungeons as well that are randomly generated.
So there's one thing I'm not seeing here, John.
Really? Did we leave something out?
Where do we usually go in a Diablo game?
Where do you guys want to go in Diablo? Yeah, of course we're going to hell.
Handbasket.
Yeah, it wouldn't be Diablo without going to hell, right? And we're doing it, and we're really excited about it. We don't have it here today with us, but I guarantee you in the future, when you see it, we're going to really do it a very strong service.
Sigma Boost 3000 says, please confirm
so what
offline
good would
mode.
all of this world and all of these dungeons be if we didn't have
Curious
cool
about
stuff
that
to
as
kill?
well.
So as a former quest designer, it really excites me to do a big world RPG in the world of Diablo and finally get into the backgrounds, the backstories, and how all the pieces fit together. Like the Fallen, for example, in the demonology, how they fit in. They're at the lowest rung of basically that demonic hierarchy. All the other demons just crap on them. They get the crumbs of the human remains that are left, maybe some bones. They just take in all this insane cruelty, and then they just reflect it back into the world. That's why you have like fallen lunatics that are just ready to blow up, and like these wicked weapons with spikes, and they just look like cruel, miserable creatures. But it all comes from them taking all this cruelty in. So, you know, let's think that.
You're kind of making me feel bad for the Fallen. I want to kill these guys and take their stuff.
Well, hopefully not too bad, but, you know, think about that next time you're killing Bish Bosh or Rakanishu.
There's no cow level, says Renee. Who knows?
It's not just the
There might be.
iconic and genre-defining monsters of Diablo, like the Fallen. We also...
Yeah, we got some new stuff.
We got lots of new stuff, because we're exploring parts of the world that we've never been to. So here's just one example, one taste. This is the Drowned. They are undead that comes from the oceans. They're linked to ancient maritime curses and stuff like that. So as we move forward, we're going to keep exploring these families and how they fit into the world and how they work together as a family. So they have mechanics where they amp each other up and they're bigger than the sum of their parts.
Yeah, I love the Drowned. Seeing them come out of the coastline, which you'll see in today's demo, is really striking.
All right, and then what good would all these monsters be if they weren't dropping awesome stuff? So items are one of the most important elements of Diablo, if not the most important. We're really leaning into legendaries as opening up build possibilities. We realize that with D3, we maybe emphasize sets a little bit too much, and we want to make sure that we leave room for legendaries moving forward so that we have build build variety and that we don't overstep on that customization. Sets will continue to be there, but they won't dominate. Even non-legendary affixes will also lean into customization. We will have affixes that will improve your skill ranks, and we'll have affixes that will improve your passive talent ranks. And we hope that will further differentiate your build from my build. And then, great. And then also, we're just building in our tools, our pipelines, and our know-how, and we're bringing even more legendaries than ever to the table.
Yeah, we're making so many legendaries, and these are just a few of them here. And actually, you're going to get to see some of them at the show today, which is pretty cool.
Super excited.
Okay, emphasis on legendaries.
My favorite.
How are you supposed to hold that?
You bleed.
It looks
over
like
sets. Guess that could allow for more flexibility.
All right, so there is much, much more to come. A game of this scope takes time. This is a very, very early first step. We're not coming out soon, not even Blizzard soon. We're just excited to take this first early step in the journey together with you.
Okay,
we have
wow.
the demo ready for you guys to play back there. We have 3 classes, our first 3 classes. We're going to have 5 when we ship.
So, like
We'll
late
also have
2020
dungeons,
release?
lots of
2021?
events, including the world event that Tiffany described, and a very small sliver of Skoskland, which in itself is just a small region of the world. Please give us feedback. We want to hear what you liked, what you didn't like. Again, this is just the first step in the journey. And then if you can't be here, if you're watching over the internet at home, we have streams both days. We've partnered, We've partnered with streamers where you can go experience the demo vicariously. And then we also have a website live with info. And we're on the hook now with you guys to update that website on a quarterly basis with a weblog to keep you up to date as to how we're going in the development.
All right, I think this is coming to a close soon.
So yeah, right? That's super exciting. All right, so we have so many things for you to see at the show. Luis talked a lot about the demo. I'm going to talk about the stuff beyond the demo. It's crazy. So there is literally a 12-foot tall Lilith in the front of Hall D.
I can see her.
Yeah, I know. I can literally see her from here. It's absolutely crazy.
Right there.
Built by the incredible Steve Wang and his incredible team. We have a slightly smaller version of Lilith, crafted by our very talented sculptors, which you will also see at the show. We have brought artifacts from the world of Diablo on display at the Dark Gallery. The Dark Gallery is kind of a first time of doing something like this. We've brought a piece of Sanctuary here, filled it with artifacts. Some of them are made by our team. We've had some other people chip in, and it's really something pretty extraordinary, and we're excited for you to see it. We also have the artist Brahm here, who created the cover to Diablo II, yeah, is that right? And did many beautiful paintings for Diablo III. And he was also, basically, he'll be here signing prints. He painted Lilith, that'll be in the Dark Gallery. So yeah, please stop by, get a poster signed, nerd out with us about all the things that we're going to be doing in the future, and share your stories.
All right, I got to give one more plug to the Dark Gallery. It's like a really messed up museum. There's also a cultist sacrifice going on in there, so if you're really
so
big
they're
on
just
taking
talking
photos,
about like
you can go
what's
get
within
sacrificed on an
BlizzCon,
altar. So
like the venues and stuff. So
go into the
it
Dark
looks like they're
Gallery,
drawing
check
to
out
a
some art,
close.
maybe get sacrificed.
Yeah, that guy's terrifying.
What do you guys think of
Send that
Diablo
picture
4,
to your friends
based
and
on
relatives,
what was
freak 'em
shown
out
here?
a little bit.
Yeah, you came to BlizzCon and you got sacrificed. It's true Diablo fans.
All right, we touched on a lot of things today really briefly, but you can find out way more at our other panels this weekend for Diablo 4. So starting off tomorrow morning, there will be a live art demonstration from Diablo 4 artists if you're interested in seeing how we create character assets for the game. So that's over in the Dark Moon Fair.
I'm not going to tune into all of these,
the
obviously, but
if you're interested in learning more about the systems and features, because we just touched really lightly on them this morning, if you're interested in learning about the classes, the skills, monsters and bosses, dungeons, items, check out that systems and features panel tomorrow,
Saturday,
right here on this stage at 12:15. If you're interested in learning more about the world that we're building and all the characters and where they're going and how we even got here, check out the World and Lore panel, also on this stage tomorrow afternoon at 3:15, and learn more from our World and Lore team. And last but not least, all this beautiful art. If you want to take a look at that, and listen to a multidisciplinary discussion on our approach for returning
yeah, I'm hearing a lot of people saying meh, others saying looks pretty good, looks pretty promising.
Some artists,
that's going to be so much fun.
Awesome artists.
Some people not impressed, others say this looks pretty good.
Tomorrow afternoon at 4:15.
So others are excited.
So these 3 latter panels will have Q&A.
Looks
so
old school, says some people.
Questions and answer them.
Cautiously optimistic.
You can actually submit a question physically here over at the demo station. There's a little box. You can write your question on a card and drop it into that box. Or if you're watching online, you can tweet at us at #D4QA.
Not into the graphics, but hopefully they'll get better at launch. I do hope so too. I feel like there's it still looks like an early development game. So I hope they refine it and just
so give us some hard questions.
Make things meld better.
All right.
Graphically speaking.
So, like we mentioned at the beginning, this is a stacked BlizzCon. What do the airlines say? We realized you had a choice of demos and presentations. We're really, really happy that you came to see us and hear what we had to show you.
Good direction, some people are saying.
Thank you.
It does seem like they're listening to the feedback, actually, and like actually applying some of the stuff they learned from Diablo 3 fumbles.
Very, very passionate team. And we want you to know that like we have our team staffing the area, the demo area, and the dark gallery. That you'll see us wearing the blue shirts. Please stop by, talk to them, let them know what you liked, what you didn't like. Share your Diablo stories. Ask them what their favorite class is. Maybe you let them know what class is or you
could
like
use more darkness.
Like. We're just super excited to just nerd out with us and finally be able to share what we've been working on with you guys. So on behalf of the entire Diablo team, once again, thank you all, and we'll see you in hell.
Thank you.
Thank you for attending Diablo 4 Unveiled. Coming up, Overwatch. What's next?
Yeah, I'll leave it at this for today, folks. But yeah, there's cautious optimism overall, I think. Nobody, like, hates what they saw. I haven't seen a single comment that just absolutely abhors what they saw. Some people are just like, whatever. Others are like, pretty good. Yeah, could be good. So hopefully it pans out. It's more Diablo, and they're definitely kind of trying to shift in a direction that'll appeal to a lot of fans. But yeah, it does seem like it's still like in the early stages or in like the mid segments of the development cycle. They're saying it's not going to be out anytime soon. So there's a lot of time for them to really develop this game. Hopefully, just the visuals improve a little more. I do like the direction. Hopefully they can just refine it. And the gameplay is Diablo 3 with a few tweaks here and there, and certain features make a return. So yeah, that's just my general take. And hopefully people give more of their impressions when they get their hands on the demo at the show floor. I think that's going to matter more when people actually talk about what they played. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, it looks all right. I'm not like, whoa, this is like, I need this. But I'm like, I'm interested. I'm interested to see where it goes. So yeah, that's all the time I got for today, folks. I know some of you want me to stay for the Overwatch stuff, but I'm really, really exhausted. I have not slept much at all. And I feel like we did a pretty long stream at, almost 2 hours and 30 minutes. So thank you for tuning in, folks. Thank you for hanging out, for giving your feedback, your comments, your opinions. Everyone's got their different take on how the games were presented. And yeah, overall, I don't know. It went pretty smoothly. Like nobody got up and started protesting. It was just the presentation went smoothly. The apology was crap. And then the Diablo 4 and Overwatch showcases were fine. And then a lot of the stuff in the middle just really drawn out. It was a whatever opening ceremony. Nobody's gonna walk away from this just like, oh my god, I have to talk about this. But it did reveal some stuff people were looking forward to, and yeah, the discussions will go on from there. With that, thank you for everything. Love all of you, and your just graciousness throughout all of this. And I'll see you in the next stream, whichever one that may be. I'll see you guys next time. Yong out.